Coming up next, I'm going to tell you one of the most important factors that you need to consider when choosing a fragrance or choosing different fragrances that is often overlooked. So stay tuned to find out what that is. Welcome back to JoelTheNose, and today I'm going to talk about a topic in fragrance that I think is frequently overlooked, and the importance of it to me cannot be overstated when choosing a fragrance or choosing fragrances or exploring different fragrances that maybe you'd not considered before. And that reason or that factor is the nose or the perfumer behind the fragrances you like. Again, this is, excuse me, one of those factors that is absolutely crucial in finding those fragrances you like, and then when you do find them, finding others that are similar. And some of you already know this, and it's, you maybe choose fragrances this way, but I think most people don't realize how important this is. And I think about this because I think about fragrance in the terms of being an artist. Some of you already know that I am also a painter, I'm also a photographer. I do a lot of both. And I also dabble in making my own perfumes. I've made a few that have surprisingly turned out pretty well, a lot that didn't, but it's just fun for me. Again, it's part of the artistic, creative experience of expressing myself. And what I've found is that, for example, when you like an artist, typically you'll like a lot of different variations of their artwork, or you'll like their style of painting, or maybe music, right? If you like a particular band or musician, you probably like a lot of their type of songs. Excuse me, allergies this morning. So same goes with perfumes. So if you have a particular perfume that you really like, I advise you to go find out who the perfumer is, and then you can go onto a site like Fragrantica, and it's very easy then to search the name of that perfumer and find out what other perfumes have they done, and you'll see the list of, maybe they're a young perfumer and they only have a few listed, to someone, like Alberto Morillas, who may have, hundreds of perfumes listed. But then you can start seeing, and you can looking at those other fragrances. And what's interesting is you're going to see a lot of similarities. So I've now watched enough interviews with perfumers. I've actually took place in the recent launch of the latest Masque Milano perfume, Lost Alice. I saw Mackenzie Riley, the perfumer, talk about her thought process. And what you see in these, when you learn about this, is you see in the trade, and I've also I've done some, as an attorney, I've done some work now consulting actually on the backside for some different fragrance deals and things going on. And what you see is that, certain perfumers are kind of known in the industry for creating certain smells, different accords that they're really well known for. Maybe it's an oriental accord, maybe it's a chypre, maybe it's something built around cardamom, maybe it's something built around oud. And you'll see that then perfume houses, when they're trying to create a certain scent or an inspiration off something, they'll look for those perfumers that they think do something exceptionally well. Just like, again, a musician, maybe an athlete, or again, a painter. So as the consumer, as someone like us who loves perfume, right, go and check that out. And you'll see, again, time and time again, options for different fragrances, and then you'll start to realize the similarities between these different fragrances. It's happened to me, for example, with like the independent perfumer Cecile Zaropian. She's done stuff for Masque Milano that I really enjoy, like Petra. She's done stuff for MDCI, like Fête Persan. And what happens is, when I start to smell different fragrances, you'll start to recognize the perfumer. When you really get into this, you'll start to recognize the perfumer behind different fragrances, because you'll smell an accord or a note and you're like, I've smelled that before. And then if you look into it, you'd be surprised a lot of times it's the same. Sorry. Little technical break there. I thought my audio wasn't recording. So that is a huge important tip. And I'll just give you an example. For example, I've been smelling the last couple of days a wonderful kind of spicy, woody, oriental fragrance from Histoire des Parfums, and this is called Fidelis. And it's done by a perfumer by the name of Julien Rascounet. And it's funny because when I start to look at his biography or looking at his fragrances he's done Tabac Rose from BDK, he's done Enclave, one of the newest from Amouage, he's done Russian Tea from Mas Milano, and I start to see a lot of the similarities. And again, doesn't mean everything is the same, but what it means is, okay, if I like, for example, Russian Tea, maybe I'm going to look up this perfumer, I'm going to go look what else he's done, and I'm going to smell those, and I bet there's a good chance, you're going to like a lot of his other fragrances, and this is going to open up your world into other types of fragrances that maybe you hadn't thought about because you don't know where to start, or you don't know where, you're going to find a different fragrance. I think a lot of people choose fragrances based on what they hear people talk about in the fragrance communities, or even YouTubers or reviewers, and say, okay, if you like this fragrance, go pick this one because it smells the same. If you like, for example, Aventus, go smell Cedric Boys. Well, they're doing that because they're based on smells. What I say is go deeper and go look at the perfumers behind a fragrance, and then go find similar ones or other ones they've done. I think this is a great way to expand your perfume vocabulary and your perfume experience into things that maybe you never knew about. And it's very interesting when you start to look at it, research it, read the interviews of the perfumers, look in the backside of the industry, which I've started to do a little bit because I've been involved in some different deals now and consulting. And you'll see that perfumers out there, like anything else, they get a sort of reputation for creating certain accords or feels or smells, and just all information that trying to give out to everybody that I think is helpful for you in your perfume journey. So let me know. Let me hear some comments. Have you guys done this before? Have you picked new fragrances based on the perfumer and ones you currently like, and then you've explored into other perfumes they've done? And I'd love to hear your comments about that. And again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And thank you for all your support. You guys are great. I love your comments. Your support is truly appreciated. And thanks for subscribing and watching. And I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching, guys.